10 types of Resident Evil 2 players, and you know, what they say and do. Alright, we're starting out with the noob here. They've never played the game before, and so are just gonna hit A as soon as everything starts up. And they're gonna do standard, or maybe even hardcore, until they realize it says no autosaves, and then just gonna go right back to standard. They won't be, scared enough to do assisted. But, so yeah. After starting off, they're probably gonna just start walking around, and I have no idea what they're doing or where they're going. They'll probably walk out a decent amount into the street before realizing that they should probably start heading back. They're new to video games entirely. They're probably not going to be able to do anything correctly. But, I mean, we've all been there. They'll eventually open the door into the store.
Hello? Anybody there?
And then get an immediate shot of adrenaline. Their heart will probably be beating about 5 times too fast at this point, as they automatically chicken out and stand outside for a couple minutes before getting up the nerve to go back in. The first 20-30 minutes of this game will probably be very similar.
I'll be back for you.
Going very slowly, running back to quote-unquote safe areas, although almost no game in this area is safe. And standing still for upwards of 5 minutes, deciding if they should actually continue on or just give up with the game automatically. Alright, now similar to the noob, we have the scaredy cat. They usually only get about 5% into the game before just dropping the controller, turning off their Xbox, Switch, or PC, or PlayStation, or anything, and just quitting the game right up then and there, knowing that it's too hard for them, and they will try it never again. This is usually the point where they just completely chicken out.
What the?
As it is very scary and intense the first time playing through it. Next we have the 100%er. They will constantly open up their map, even at the beginning of the game, and check to see if there's anything that they have missed, and they will go back to it. Unless they're doing the S rank speed runs, they will never leave an item behind, and they will, and even when they're doing their S ranks, they will never get the minimalist award, because they just care too much about everything. They will never discard an item even after it has entirely served its use.
Is anybody here?
Now we have the paranoid. Not to be confused with the scaredy cat. The paranoid will always have at least 3 health items on them and save every single time that they can. They'll explore a room in its entirety and shoot every zombie at least 15 times, thus always running out of ammo, to assure that they don't get back up in a bad situation. They love to hoard health items and ammunition, and almost never use an item box. Their biggest fear is that they will be faced with a situation where they do not have the correct items. Now next we have, on the entirely other side of the other side of what we've gone through so far, is the completionist, sorry, not the, we already did the completionist, is the speedrunner. Knows the fastest routes, has gotten only A or S plus ranks, maybe an S or two in there, and just plays the game back to back to back to back to back. Their favorite mode is hardcore, or even nightmare. Next we have the pacifist. They don't use a gun. They do much better than the Resident Evil 3 remake, because they will do everything in their power to never, ever use a firearm, even a knife. They will let a zombie bite them instead. They will go and hide in rooms where they know that there aren't very many or just a few zombies, and have not fired a single handgun bullet, except in boss fights after about 5 or 10 minutes of dodging around where they realize that it is inevitable. Next we have the person who's played lots of horror games before but has never ever played a shooter and cannot aim at anything. They exhaust their handgun ammo and will never ever hit anything on purpose, and get bit a lot. Okay, next on our list we have the Combat Master. They only go for headshots, and they hit every single time. They play this game so much that they have memorized it, like the speedrunner, but they don't care about getting any ranks. If they have the DLC,
This is not how I imagined our first day.
then they will play and only play that one mission where you're clearing out the convenience store. They will shoot anything that moves and continue to shoot anything that moves as long as possible. They never board up a single window because that would mean less zombies for them to kill. They absolutely love the boss fights, and they're usually running out of ammunition, but that doesn't matter because then they will use melee weapons. By melee weapons I mean the knife and only the knife, and don't ask me how they pull this off because the knife is garbage in this game. Well, for regular zombies, otherwise it's pretty overpowered. They don't understand why anyone else would do anything but headshots, and find it a waste of ammo, of which they only have handgun ammo because that means it takes the longest to kill the zombie with and the most fun in their opinion. The lowest percent. They will try to complete the game with as little anything as possible. If there's ammo, they will go out of their way to not pick it up. They will also take as long as possible with the game, as to never get anything above, like, B tier or something. I don't know. I'm definitely not this player. Their best bet for survival is dumb zombie lunge RNG because they never have any ammunition, ever. They're also usually very popular on YouTube and do a bunch of really stupid, silly challenges. They're a master at dodging because they never have ammunition. And they always play the game on hardcore or higher if possible, because that is the only way that they will get their adrenaline rush / kick of the day. They absolutely hate anything that is not a regular zombie, because it takes more finesse to just get rid of. And in general, the only thing that they will actually kill that isn't a regular zombie is bosses. Other than that, it's just a danger zone on their map that they run through as fast as possible. Next, and also last, we have the Veteran. They miss the days of the old tank controls, and they criticize the game on everything that it does not get 100% right.
I need you back here ASAP. Are you okay, Marvin? I've got something to show you. It's important. Copy that. I'll be right there.
They don't enjoy the new game's engine, and they wish that the fixed cameras were still a thing. They don't like the over-the-shoulder third-person view, and they wish that you just had auto-aim like usual. They don't like anyone's new looks, and they wish that they were back in a time where Leon's hair was reddish-brown. Their favorite game is either Resident Evil 1, 2, or 3, and everything after that they don't like, even though, despite the fact of Resident Evil 4's phenomenal success. No one really enjoys being around them, because all they do is complain about Resident Evil 2 Remake's shortcomings, and no one ever mentions Resident Evil 3 Remake around them, because they'll just go absolutely bananas. Anyways, that's about all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then I don't know, drop a like, and subscribe for I'll do a similar video on the Resident Evil 3 remake. Similar tropes, but also have different people. And yeah, that's about it. Subscribe for lowest percent.